Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, KCTalks. Yeah, it's been a while. I don't always upload to this channel, even though in the past I said I would. But I have another YouTube channel, King of Cups and Swords, and because women's soccer, the season gets really busy, I don't really have time to make videos for this channel. Right now, women's soccer is currently on break, so yeah, I guess I have a little bit of free time to make videos, even though I think Olympic Lyon, they have a match, I think a week or two from now. So yeah, I think for 2025, I'm gonna try and add more videos or more podcasts to this channel. Anyway, let's get into it. So unlike my women's soccer YouTube channel, most of these videos are unscripted. I usually do better with a script, but I guess it's one of those things. Something I need to learn is make more unscripted videos because those are usually a lot of fun and people usually enjoy those. But yeah, so what do we want to talk about today? Well, I actually know what to talk about. Lately I've been seeing this come up on my YouTube channel. Well, not my YouTube channel, on my channel specifically, but I guess it would be like recommended videos. And I see people talking about this on Twitter or X, and I even see it on TikTok, even though I don't really use TikTok. And something that I'm seeing a lot of people talk about is love, dating, and relationships. And I see like a lot of questionable relationship and dating takes on Twitter or X. I'm just going to tell you right now, if you're going to X/Twitter for dating advice or relationship advice, yeah, you're probably better off going to a relationship therapist, sex therapist, relationship counselor, marriage counselor, even a priest. Yeah, it's if you're getting your relationship advice and dating advice off X or Twitter, yeah, I'm sorry for you and your partner or your relationship, dating life, whatever. But yeah, so I know a lot of people say that dating nowadays is really tough. It's hard to date nowadays. And you would think with dating apps, it would be easier because, you can find someone with just a swipe away. Even I'm on Hinge. Yeah, putting putting the hinge in unhinged is what a lot of people would say about that app, or what I would say about that app as well. But yeah, even with dating apps, it's still hard to find someone. Um, Personally for me, when it comes to dating apps, I don't really, if I do meet someone, I would like to think that it's not going to be on a dating app. When it comes to me and how I view relationships, I'm going with the advice that a lot of people say, which is to just focus on yourself and then perhaps a relationship or someone will come by later on. So I'm not really focused on love, dating, relationships, but I do notice that a lot of other people are. So, a lot of people may say that they're not focused on love, dating, relationships, that they don't care about stuff like that. Um, if they don't care about like love, dating, relationships, if they don't care about that stuff, then why the hell are there so many podcasts? Like so many people with podcasts, also on like TikTok, talking about, dating, relationships, sharing their relationship takes, their marriage takes, stuff like that. I had to stop shaking this table. There are so many podcasts, so many people with podcasts talking about love, dating, relationships. And it's leading me to think that is something that a lot of people do want. People want to be in a relationship. People want connection and partnership. And there's nothing wrong with that. If you are someone who wants to be in a relationship, who wants a partner, there's nothing wrong with that. It doesn't make you weak. It doesn't make you pathetic. I'm not going to tell you that you need to love yourself, because there's nothing wrong with wanting to be in a relationship. But I feel like a lot of people want that. They want to be in a relationship. They want connection. Because if they didn't, then why are there so many podcasts, so many people with podcasts talking about love, dating, and relationships? And even on YouTube, some of my recommended videos have to do with like love and dating. And I'm not even trying to search for that. Or it's like TikTok compilations of people with sharing their relationship takes. And why are there so many podcasts? Which is a bit funny, because here I am with my own podcast talking about love, dating, and relationships. But the one thing I'm going to do differently is I don't have all the answers. I don't have all the answers. I'm not here to give you answers. I'm just here to share my own personal experience and views. And when it comes to those people, those guys, those men and women with those podcasts coming on and talking about love, relationships, dating, they don't have all the answers, or they may not have all the answers, because they're sharing their own personal experience and their own personal views. And when it comes to dating and relationships, it's going to vary from person to person. Not everyone is the same. And it seems as though the way that some men talk about women and some women talk about men, they try to fit men and women into a box. They try to come up, especially like the pickup artists. The pickup artists will say, okay, women like it when you do X, Y, and Z. The pickup artists will say, women like dominant men, for example. And, maybe some women do find dominant men attractive, but other women may not. And so the reality is, when it comes to dating, relationships, it's going to vary from person to person. You can't fit every single person into a box. It's going to be different. So let's say there's woman A and woman B. How you approach woman A, like let's say you are a dominant guy, a very dominant masculine guy, for example, and you approach woman A that way, she may find that attractive. However, woman B, she might not find that attractive. So it varies from person to person. Likewise, let's say there's man A and man B. Man A may be just like a chill guy, a chill dude, and just laid back, casual, very chill. And a woman may approach guy A or man A, and she may find his laid back approach attractive, but some other women may not find that attractive. Yeah, it's late. I'm getting kind of mixed up with those examples. But it's not a one size fits all when it comes to people. People are different, and so one approach may not work for the other. So when it comes to dating and relationships, I wish this table would stop shaking. I'm doing my best not to shake it. Sorry if you guys are getting motion sickness. But something I noticed and again, this is going to be my personal experience. This is what I've noticed from my past relationships and what I've learned since my past relationships. And I think maybe this advice will help some of you, or it may not. It's totally okay. But I think the reason why people are struggling when it comes to finding that person or getting into a relationship or dating is because it takes a level of vulnerability. That's the biggest thing, is vulnerability and opening yourselves up. That's how you're going to get into a relationship. That's how you're going to find someone. But the biggest problem when it comes to vulnerability is it's hard. vulnerability is hard because um, sometimes it's hard when it comes to vulnerability, and I don't know exactly how to explain it. But it's sometimes tough to open yourselves up to people, especially when you've been hurt multiple times in the past. I think that's what a lot of people are struggling with, is opening themselves up after experiencing past hurt. It's it's totally normal to feel that resentment, to feel that hurt, because yes, you were hurt by someone who you thought was going to love and care about and respect you. But and after it's a betrayal. It's basically, that's kind of how I see it. It's betrayal of your feelings. And because you feel betrayed by them, it's hard to open up, and it's completely understandable why it's hard to be vulnerable and hard to open up to others. Trust me, I bet I dated some pretty horrible people in the past, and I had to learn from it, and and learn I did. Yeah. But yeah, I get it. It's really hard to open up to others. It's really hard to open up to people. And, it's something that I still struggle with. And it's something that I'm learning to work on. And the thing is, it's hard to be vulnerable because you run the risk of people possibly using your vulnerabilities against you. And I think that is what people are afraid of. I think what people are afraid of is, yes, someone using their vulnerabilities against them, or basically, God, I just lost my train of thought. Um, Making fun of them, making fun of their vulnerabilities. I had that happen too. Actually, I had both of those happen, and it sucked. And I know that's happened to people in the past. And because of that, it causes people to be on guard because they had their vulnerabilities used against them, because they were mocked for their vulnerability. And I want you to know that when that happens, when someone does make fun of your vulnerabilities, when someone does use your vulnerabilities against you, you don't have to tolerate that. No, you do not have to put up with that. You do not have to tolerate that behavior. This is where boundaries come in. This is why it's very important to create boundaries. Sorry that the table is shaking. That is something I will say, that is what those TikTok podcasts or those podcasters get right. It's boundaries. You have to create boundaries. You have to put your foot down on what you will tolerate and what you will not tolerate. So I had to learn to create boundaries for myself. If there is one thing that I will absolutely not tolerate in a relationship, that this would automatically make me walk away from anyone who does this. Yes, I will not tolerate anyone who uses my vulnerabilities, weaknesses, I guess, against me. I will not tolerate anyone who does that, and I will walk away from someone who does that. Another thing that I won't put up with is yelling and insults. I've been yelled at. I've been emotionally and verbally abused in the past. And so that is something that I will not, especially raising your voice to me, that is something that I will not tolerate at all in a relationship. And I will automatically walk away or fall out of love with anyone that treats me like that, or, does that to me. Because again, I've been yelled at pretty badly in the past. And it's a boundary for me now that I won't tolerate that behavior. I especially won't tolerate that from a partner or a potential partner. And so the thing is, what I want you guys to know is you don't have to tolerate bad behavior. You don't have to tolerate someone who is going to use your vulnerabilities against you. You don't have to be with them. You could walk away from them. You could end the relationship. You could cut them off. You don't have to be with someone who is going to hurt you. No one is holding a weapon to your head and saying you have to be with this person. No, you don't have to be with that person, especially if they're using your vulnerabilities against you. Yeah, that was something I had to learn too. But yeah, when it comes to dating and relationships, it's a choice. You don't have to, you can walk away at any time, especially if this person is hurting you or or shows signs or red flags of hurting you. But this goes back to vulnerability. It's hard to be open with people, especially when you've been hurt like that in the past, had your vulnerabilities used against you, or were treated wrongly by your past partners. It's hard to open up, but if that's something you want, if you want a relationship, if you want a partner, you have to be willing to open yourselves up to love. You have to be willing to open yourselves up to meeting people. And, it sucks that so many people, it sucks that you, whoever's watching this, maybe you were possibly hurt in the past. It sucks that happens. And I feel like a lot of people are feeling that, or are still feeling, the past hurt. And it sounds like a total cliche because a lot of people are going to say it, but it's something that you have to work on. It's something that you have to let go. It's something that you have to let go, especially when it comes to love and relationships. It takes vulnerability and openness in order to find someone, in order to be in a relationship. If two people are just closed off, then how is love going to form? How is a relationship going to form between those people if they're just going to be closed off? I would love to see how that works out. But yeah, it takes a degree of openness. And it's not easy. Trust me, it's not easy. I'm still dealing with scars from my past relationship, and I was in an abusive relationship. And I'm still carrying, scars from that. But on the upside, I learned I learned a lot of lessons. But I also learned to love myself more. And I learned to create boundaries. And, personally for me, I'm still working on stuff. I feel like we all are. But yeah, when it comes to vulnerability and opening yourselves up, I get it. It's not easy. It's tough. It's something you have to work on, but just try to take it easy. There's no need to rush. There's no need to rush healing. When it comes to healing, it's not a linear path. It's not a straight and linear path. You're going to have ups and downs. There are going to be days where it's tougher than most. But, just take care of yourself. Do your best to take care of yourself and know that it's going to be okay. You are loved. You are loved. And it's going to be okay. And for those of you who really want to find a partner or really want to be in a relationship, my advice to you is just, focus on yourself. Focus on taking care of yourself. Find some hobbies, have fun, hang out with friends, hang out with family, and yeah, heavy on the hobbies because that really helped me heal. Like women's soccer, me covering women's soccer, that helped me heal a lot of relationship wounds somehow. But yeah, anyway, that is all I have for you guys today or tonight. And I'll see you all in the next one. Later.